Hey guys, welcome to Picmonkey. I'm going to show you how you can use this website to create a logo, and then we're going to move into branding guide next week. But I know a lot of you guys have asked about logos, and I feel like Picmonkey is probably the best and easiest place for you guys to do it because it's going to be the most user-friendly. Obviously, Photoshop and Illustrator are really where you would want to do a vector image if you want a logo that is scalable. But if you're just getting started and you just want to get a logo kind of up and be able to use it on things, Picmonkey is a really great place to start. And then I'm going to show you guys some of the graphics that are available to you guys and how you can use them. So you're just going to go to picmonkey.com. We use this website a lot. I love it because it's got the hub and I can share projects with all of my partners or whoever I'm working with. We all just kind of use this one account and we share things back and forth. So you can see here I was working on the branding guide for next week for you guys, but we're going to edit a new image and it's going to open up this page, which you can open up an image to edit. You can make a blank canvas. Obviously, we have a hub, so we can open up any of our saved projects. They also have a lot of templates, which are really cool. You can browse through. When you finally get to your branding guide, templates are going to be something that you really like. They have like Facebook banners and blog elements and things like that. I believe you can even do like your color schemes through here. So it's just a really awesome website and it's super fun and super easy. But we're going to build one from the ground up and I'm just going to show you the most important parts of your logo. So let's go back to just Picmonkey, edit new image. We're going to do a blank canvas. Now we don't want to just pick a random one because these are all different sizes. I would say at least 1,000 by 1,000, but an 8 by 10 is pretty good. Most logos are, let's do the Facebook carousel ad. It's 1,080 by 1,080, just because it's a square. I like working on square canvases for logos, but you can do a rectangle or however size you want. Just make sure that it's a pretty decent resolution, and then we'll go from there. So when you're thinking about your name, you can always just start with a basic text. So let's say you are shining light photography. Let's just call it that. You can go to add text, and I just like to play with usually like a couple different texts, but just get your name onto the canvas somehow. So pick a text that you like. I'm really loving this brushability sans light. It's new, but you can upload your own fonts into Picmonkey as well. I don't like this as much as before they upgraded. You used to be able to click another box and all your fonts would pop up. So I'm wondering if they're going to fix that. But right now I have to literally upload any fonts that I want to keep. Next week we'll talk about our branding guide and how I advise you to only pick 3 or 4 fonts total that you're going to use across your board. So once you pick those, it might be a little easier to decipher which ones you actually want in Picmonkey. Okay, so what did we say? Shining light photography. And I like to pair different typefaces with each other. So I really love script and sans serif fonts. Sans serif means that it's got no little doodads on the outsides of them. So let's just go with a basic homemade apple. No, I don't want that to be homemade apple. I want that to be brushability. And then I'm going to add another text box. And let's write photography. I actually think photography in that looks really good. And let's change this over to some type of script. It keeps all your most used ones right at the top. So obviously I like these because I use them quite a bit. I don't like black letter. I don't know why that's up there. But okay, let's just pick a script that I think will look decent. Just for teaching purposes, let's do Saturday script. Okay, and then I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Oh, I actually like that. That's a pretty font. Okay, so now what you can do is add some elements to it. So if you want a circle to be around this or you want it to be inside of a triangle or something, you can do that. I'm going to make this actually a little bit smaller so we can play with a few different things. You can also, like, you can move things around. I actually like this kind of like that. So I'm going to do shining light photography like this. So play around with your word lighting or word setup. This would be a great logo as is, and we could save it like this. We could just put a little camera here, or just a little, just this. You could add some, maybe a line, but I think that that would be pretty, just like that. Then you can also change colors as you want, and I'll teach you how to export it as a PNG and what that even means and all of that. Okay, so you can go to shapes and you can add basic shapes if you want. So I recommend doing shapes. You could, let's say we wanted this to be a black, I'm going to right click this and move the layer to back. I could also go in my layers and drag it. Right now it's saying that it's underneath photography. I'm going to change this by clicking this color right here to white. And I'm going to change shining light to white as well. So if I wanted that in like a circle, I could do that. I could also do some other fun things with this too. So if you like just plain circles, you could do just some of these basic circles. They actually have some pretty cute things in here. Like if you like this little sketchy heart, you could put this here and that would be a really cute logo. Like that's actually a really cute logo if you ask me. And then if you really want to get into the typography part of it, you really want to play off the words that are in here but not be super obvious. So shining light, you know, if you found a heart that looked a little bit like a light or something, that might be a little bit more, you know, sophisticated of a design. But if you're really just trying to get started, so like some of these stars kind of look like lights. So let's try I think this one kind of reminds me of like a shining star. So like let's make this like yellow. Okay, and obviously like I'm a graphic designer, so some of these things just come naturally to me. But like you could have it coming off of there if you really wanted to. I could copy and paste this and make another little one right next to it. So it looks like it's coming off of there. If I don't like the colors, I can always change up the colors. One thing I do recommend is once you get your color down, to write this number down and to remember that that's one of your branding colors that you want to use so that you can get that exact same color. So you could do something like this. I'm not as big a fan as I was with the heart, but that's just because I prefer hearts over like these. I also think this would be really cute with like, maybe take another one like this and I'm going to turn it and give this star just a little bit more depth. So when I'm going to go to color, I'm going to pick this little picker, and what that's going to do is allow me to hover over this and get the exact same color right here. So I actually played with two shapes to make it look like make it look more star-like than I did. And the more you play with this, the more you'll figure it out. And so the biggest thing with a logo is composition. Now, composition just means the way that it takes up space and that it's balanced. So since this was a little over to the left, I added this over to the right. If it's too heavy or big, I can make it a little bit smaller and bring it down a little bit. So since I like that. I'm not sure if I like the colors. If I wanted this to be the same color, I could go over right here to this color, do the picker, and get that. I could also make it kind of like monochromatic, but just a different shade, which means same color palette. Okay, so let's say we like that. And I'm not saying that you do. I'm not saying that this is exactly how you want it. You can you can play around with all this. Like let's add a different background shape just to show you all the different things you can do. Let's add one of these. I want to show you how most of these shapes, I believe you can, see this spot right here says it's transparent. You can take this and make it a color. So let's make it black. I want you to be black or gray or whatever. So right now it's on top of all of our shapes and letters because you can see it in this layers over here. I'm going to drag it underneath all of the stuff. Okay, so I can make this all one color if I want, and I could color pick and pick this outside color. I want to color pick. That's the rim. So every shape has like an outside of the shape and an inside of the shape. So I'm going to pick this color. I'm going to try to pick the black. There we go, black. I want the black. Black. All right. So I kind of like that too. Okay, so we're going to turn this into a PNG. Actually, I'm going to show you the design elements that we have. So if you don't like any of their shapes, we have got some fun shapes available to you guys to use. However, you can only use like 2 max. That's what we've got the okay for. So if you do use our design elements, you need to send me your logo and register it with me pretty much. I need to see that you have a logo using our elements, and I will also promote it. I'll put it on wherever you want me to put it. I'll share it and share the logo that you made in our groups and things like that. But I'd love to see them anyways, and I, of course, am here for you guys. So I want to promote you guys. Again, this is just for the patrons, so if you're watching this later, that is a perk my patrons get, and if you're not, then we'd love to have you. Okay, so under basic, so let's say I was here, I went to graphics, so this is our sidebar right here, and these are all the different things you can do. Some of this is really for photo editing, not so much for design, but this graphics is great for design. There's lots of cool stuff. Oh, there's new social medias. That's fun. We'll have more fun with that in a few videos later. Okay, add your own image is what we want. We're going to add our own image. We're going to go to our computer wherever we have these. Right now, these came out in our February week 3 for Crazy. Logo elements, okay? So we've got a lot of logo elements for you guys, and I'm just going to pick up one of them. I'm not going to actually really think too much. Love this this sewing heart. I love that. Obviously, it'd be more for something that would work. So like I put the heart before, you can use some of these hearts for that. You could also use this for your logo to be inside of. So since our words are white, I'm just going to keep this how it is. But you can change the color of it. So even though it's black, you can change the color of it as much as you want, and that's really fun. So I know this is kind of like a gaudy logo. If I add this, I just wanted to show you that you can add our elements, and you can explore our elements as well. And this really does remind me of Christmas, so I'm just going to take it out. Maybe like a little shine on the heart. And I want that, you can see when I zoom in, that the heart is above, it goes on top. So if you think of all these little things as like cut out pieces of paper and they're laying on top of each other, right now the heart is there. I could right click and send it backwards or send it to the back. Instead, I really like to just visualize through the layers. You can see that when I hover over them, it goes to which layer I'm on to. So if it's too small for you to see, you can see this blue line around it shows you which one you're on. So I'm going to click this heart and I'm going to drag it under the North Star. It literally is the North Star. So I'm going to actually Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V, or right click, copy, right click, paste, and do what we did before and make this one of those stars. And you might not like this logo. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but this is a logo. So now what we want to do is create a transparent background by going over to our left bar, going to the edits, and we want to go right here to background color. So we're going to click background color, and we are going to click right here where it says transparent. And what that's going to do is delete all of the background of our design. So we can make this like a, let's apply it. Now we can make this like a solid square like this if we like it. I like things that come off the side so that I can use it on the edge of photos if you wanted this to be a watermark. You could also make this a little transparent so we can fade it a little bit, and I'll show you how that works on a photo. I would recommend saving it in a few different formats. So if this is your logo, save it like this. So we're just going to export it, save as sample logo, make sure that the dimensions are good, export to your computer, and then I'm going to save it in a little faded, I'm actually going to make this if I make it white, these aren't going to show up. But I really like watermarks that are white. Let's make the whole thing like a whole different color. Totally. So that's the inside. Sometimes as a shortcut, I just make the outside transparent so I don't have to try to match the colors. And let's make this a lot more transparent, okay? We really lost that heart. So I could also change the color of the heart if I wanted to black or something just darker so you can see it. Again, I really don't like that bright pink, but for teaching purposes, let's do sample logo transparent. And then I would also encourage you to save your logo, even just like this. Even though it's white, you can't really see it. You'll be able to see it later when you put it on a photo. So let's save this as logo, sample logo. I'll just put 2, but you can label yours however you want. Okay, now later on in life, let's say we're editing our website or we're editing something fun. Let's edit an image. I am just going to pretend like one of their images is ours because I don't think I have any images on my computer right now. So let's see. So let's say that we uploaded this photograph that we took while we were traveling down to, that looks like a trip to Utah for sure. Or like, it looks like when you're in Nevada. That's what it looks like. Okay, so I took this photo when I was going to Nevada. No, I didn't, but let's pretend. Okay, and let's say I wanted to brand it. Now, I'm going to go to graphics. So we opened this photo. We started all over. We opened a photo, and we're going to go to graphics. We're going to go to add your own image. Let's go to our computer. Let's go to recents, and of course, it's not going to be my most recent. Did I save it to my desktop? Did I? Let's see. I really need to clean up my computer, guys. Okay, let's search it. I called it sample logo. Okay, so they're all right here. So I can add my logo like this. Remember how I said I like them to come off the side? I can add this down here like so as a watermark or just a logo. I think that looks really cool. Or we can add our own image, computer. Let's do the 2 transparent so I can show you how they overlay. That looks really pretty too. Okay, so that would overlay on that photo just like that. Our basic transparent one will look like this when we get there. So adding this one, and I could put that down in the corner. These work really well on a part of the photo that has darker parts of the photo. So you can really see how your logo could pop. We made that logo in Design Space or not Design Space. No, we did not make this in Design Space. We made this in Picmonkey, and it's super fun. And like I said, once you get a name, you can really just have fun with it. I've changed my logo quite a bit because there's just so many. It's really easy to do. So I would encourage you to keep reworking it and then walk away from it and then come back to it and then walk away from it and come back to it, because the longer you look at your own logo or the longer you work on it, the more it's not going to be, you're not going to like it after a while. So just work on it, maybe give it like 20 minutes and work on it, and then take a big break, come back to it a little bit later, tweak it a little bit, but save different revisions of it, because you might realize like the first one before you quit while you're ahead type thing. Lots of things like that. So just keep working on it. Again, if you use our elements, go ahead and send it to me through Patreon messages so we can just get it on file so we know that you're not using all of our graphics for like tons of different things. That's the only thing that we need to make sure with the logo design stuff, that you've picked up one logo and one of them, because we don't want too many people using all of them. Okay, love you guys. Bye.